Today is the 19th of October. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make this clear to each and every one in Guyana. Something that draw my attention, and I will not keep quiet until it changes. As all of you might be aware that the election is coming up very soon, and there's a lot of talk and a lot of interview by other political groups. Many groups may have ideas, but do not see the future of a nation. The most important thing about Guyana, one must learn to understand that what happened in the 60s was done because of Cheddi Jagan and Faz Burnham, and of course the US had to protect their interests. And if you read the book and you think about the Monroe Doctrine after World War II, you would understand what I'm talking about. I have seen Mr. Ramkaran and many will break away from the PPP. What a good example. It's too late, but yet for all is in the future. One will ask, why are all these men get old in a party and sudden jump the ship? Is the ship sink? Is the ship would never rise again? But I want to tell you, it shall and will never rise again. But is APNU the answer to Guyana? Might be, who knows? But when you look upon it, 80 or 90% of the members of APNU came from both political parties, PPP and PNC, the enemy of the nation. Why I said the enemy? Dr. Jagan, Blatant, Burnham divide Guyana. And what happened in the 1960s, East Indian will never forget, like the Jews will never forget what the Germans have done to them. But it takes a nation with great integrity, decency, and honorable way of thinking to understand that not all Indian and blacks was involved in the uprising that caused the life of innocent Indian children whose bottle was pushed into their private parts, tearing half in Mackenzie with savage black people. It was not Guyana blacks, but there were Highlanders from the Caribbean that we call Palawala. Most of them housed in Haituni and Madhya, Buxton, Pleasance, Mocha, and elsewhere. But we are not getting into that. We are talking about the future of the country. What is good for Guyana? The biggest joke, when great-grandchildren of slaves, who's the blacks, and cheap labor, who's the Indian, can tell the native sons and daughters, who's the Amerindian, the indigenous people, how much land they will give them in their own fucking country. This is what amazed me. That is why I said now I draw a line. If there's one black man in Guyana or Indian who think he or she is going to heaven, clean up your act. God do not what you do to your brother, you might do to him. He may throw you forward and he throw Lucifer the devil. Because you claim land don't belong to you when you claim India as an Indian and you as a black claim Africa. That country is an Amerindian country. I call upon APNU here today. Unite with the Amerindian. Bring them together. Take the decent Indian and come together. If your brother happen to be a racist, give him up. If your sister happen to be a killer, give her up. And same goes to the Indian. For Guyana to go forward, we must be honest. Indians are ruling India. You are independent. Blacks are ruling all of Africa. You are independent. Guyana is still not independent because the indigenous people, who's the Amerindian, that we call Buckman and woman, still is being ruled by indigenous rulers who's there, I call dangerous leaders. And therefore, Guyana is not free. You, the black man, know about emancipation in the 18th century. You, the Indian, know about date of arrival. But none of you want to talk about day of departure. But nevertheless, the young generation must not answer the call of the past European mistakes. I call upon APNU, get more Amerindian involved in your government, get more mixed race involved in your government, and the decent blacks and Indians come together. I am not worried about the Portuguese and Chinese because they are not fighting for what is not their own. And I call upon all religious priests, Muslim, Hindus, and Christians, give up the Holy Quran, the Ramayana, and the Bible, because it got a passage that you civilized man and woman know. Thou shalt not covet thy brother's property. And you, the black man, complain about slavery, but you are doing it to the Amerindian. You, the Indian, condemn the same thing of slavery and cheap labor, but you are doing it to the Indian. But fellow Guyanese, I do not want to cause a problem in Guyana. I want justice. If you hurt a man, black, brown, or yellow, you will be tried. And if you are guilty, I don't believe in keeping bacteria. And I am calling on David Granger to get more Amerindian present in his government in the 10 tribes. The PPP members claim they had $10 million US standby for Amerindian to develop. Standby doesn't mean you give it to them. Why didn't you give it to them, Barajagdio, Ramatar? That bullshit but give is the people own. You're a fucking liar. I said that, George Karaya. All of you shall answer for crime. Only time. And don't matter where you go, we can bring you back. The world is changing, Barrett, Ramatar. I tried to give you all an assistance, but you Hindus are so devious and wicked and treacherous. You sell the coca trench. You sell the cemetery. You sell damn that people got to go in and come out. And some of you Muslim give up the Quran. Because I go to tell you the true teaching is Muhammad, is to do what is right. The true teaching of Jesus is to do what is right. I don't know about Ram and Krishna. You Hindus was fighting for wealth, not God. I'm sorry if I offend you. So I call upon all of you to work, wake up. I want more Amerindian present in the government for Guyana to go forward. I call upon the Indian youth and the black youth to stop the fighting, stop the negativism, and unite. Your future is at stake. David Granger, Barrett Jagdio is not your friend. All these men are getting rich off of you, and I have no apology to this because it's true, David. You're not working for charity. I don't care about Barrett. He will be arrested and charged. And for many more of you, I swear in the name of God Almighty here today, if you do not give justice and start to act what is right, we shall speak another language. It's only time. And if you're going to use the U.S. because you're oil, it's better you pull up their flag because that's what's going to happen. Trust me. But I'd rather work with you, APNU, for the benefit and freedom of Guyana. Let's stop the talk of PNC for black people, PPP for Indian, and unite Guyana and put this country forward. I congratulate the black soccer player, all who enter the Olympic, all who enter the cricket match to put Guyana on top of the world. Is our politician, is our enemy. Corrupt judges, lawyers, prosecutor and police and businessmen must answer their charge. And if convicted, I do believe in the guillotine. And no matter what part of the world they go, bring them back and try them. So help me God. No crime shall go covered and unpaid. All shall answer. And as the Bible said, whatever good we do, our children shall inherit it. So whatever bad we do, let it be known to you, our children also shall inherit it. So why not put this hatred aside and unite Guyana? Abdu got some great people. Joseph Harmon, Mr. Nagamutu, even though we have our differences, Mr. Ramjatan, Derek Bastio, and many other great people. Plus a lot in the black community. You have another woman named Miss Broom. You got many great people, Valerie. And let's put Guyana together. David, that's my last challenge to you. And appoint a younger leader, because what I'm seeing, like time is against you, brother. Time is against you. Believe what I'm saying. Give a younger man a chance. And don't pull it because of color. Put an Amerindian name in the bag. Put an Indian, a Douglas, a Chinese, and a black, and pull out the name who will replace you. That is true democracy. Don't go for religion or color. If not, the country is not going forward. Thank you very much and have a good day. But Mr. PPP members, stop shooting shit about the Amerindian. All Amerindian must be united with APNU right now and save Guyana and become a shareholder of your country because it's yours. Thank you and have a good day.